Welcome back to another rebuild challenge here on NBA 2K23 Next Gen. In today's video, we have one of our last rebuild challenges of 2K23, and today we have a worst to first fantasy draft. So through every cycle of 2K, we typically do multiple of these. This is actually my third one so far in 2K23. They're always a fun challenge, and I thought might as well do one last one before we're looking ahead to 2K24. So if you don't know the rules of these, they're relatively simple. We go ahead, we do a fantasy draft. CPU is drafting the entire team for me. Well, after that, we have to have the worst record in all of basketball. We can't just be the worst record in one of the conferences. We have to have the actual worst record in the league. After that, our goal is to turn it around, have the best record in the league. And most of the time, including today's video, I have an added stipulation. In order to win the challenge, you have to win the championship. So obviously, it's not the most challenging video out there, but it's definitely a fun one. I know a lot of people did want to see another one before 2K24, and that's what we got today. So these are always fun, man. I'm looking forward to this today. Now, this is a really weird time. Obviously, with later this week being the start of 2K24, we are obviously going to be getting right into that once it does drop. But we have like 2 or 3 videos left here in 2K23. Obviously, you guys are seeing this one on Tuesday. There was no video yesterday. It was Labor Day. I took the day off. Sue me. But yeah, man, we don't have much left here. This game's basically dead at this point. I just want to get a few last videos out. If there's anything you guys really want to see, make sure to let me know down below in the comment section. It's been a fun year of 2K23. I'll probably say that the next couple videos. Seriously, big thank you to all of you. I'm definitely looking ahead to 2K24. So without further ado, man, our last worst to first rebuild in NBA 2K23. So obviously, I don't want you guys to think I'm cheating or anything like that. So we'll go ahead and we will randomly select a team. I will keep my eyes closed, and whenever we stop, that will be the team that we end up with in Sim the Draft. So we'll stop here in 3, 2, and 1, and we end up with the Atlanta Hawks. They're going to be my team. Oh shit, didn't mean to do that. We're going to end up with the Atlanta Hawks. I have no idea what pick we have. I will see you guys with this roster. So here's your first look at this Atlanta Hawks team. We're led by 90 overall Jaylen Brown. We have Lauri Markkanen, D'Angelo Russell, Zach Collins, Keegan Murray, Cam Thomas, Obi Toppin, Seth Curry, Gary Payton II, Dwight Powell, Thomas Bryant, Yuta Watanabe, Taurean Prince, Emmanuel Mudiay. So by no means is this some sort of elite day one roster, but honestly, that kind of makes it better. We obviously had a pretty late first round pick. No disrespect to my GOAT, Jaylen Brown, but obviously he's not probably one of the top 15 to 20 players that maybe goes in a fantasy draft. Maybe he's around that 18, 19, 20 area, something like that. But obviously, we're not extremely good, which I am obviously fine with because we have to suck in year one. And honestly, I don't even know if JB will be on the team. So we're going to figure all this out. And yeah, I mean, at this point, it's not a terrible roster, but by no means is it probably anywhere compared to some of these other rosters that you have in this game. So we definitely have some trades coming, and let's just get into some of those. All right, so obviously these first trades we make are never good. They're never tremendous value, and they never really work out in our favor, at least immediately. But what they are going to allow us to do is have some assets for down the line. Obviously, we basically have to tear this team down completely, build it right back up. So this first one here with the Oklahoma City Thunder. They want to give me their first round pick this year. They want it to be top 10 protected. I'm actually going to see if it's a possibility to make that not top 10 protected, because if you look at the Thunder, they might be up there with us in terms of teams that could possibly suck. Now, obviously, they have 2 really good young players here with Evan Mobley and Tyrese Maxey, but I don't think it's out of the equation that this team ends up just completely sucking this year. So I'm going to go unprotected, honestly. They don't want to do that. I did go ahead, and I remembered to turn off previously traded draft picks, so every team has their own draft picks. It makes sense. It's the way it should be. How about if I just give you a couple seconds? Is that a possibility? You're not interested? It's funny. You were interested if it's top 10. Okay, this guy needs to pump his brakes a little bit. Okay, there we go. All right, so we have that Oklahoma City Thunder unprotected first this year. Now, obviously, we did just give them Lauri Markkanen, so they'll probably be a little bit better than what we originally expected, but still, they're not going to be a top 10 team. I don't expect them to be anything significant. And honestly, we kind of did our job. We got rid of a really good player in Lauri Markkanen and got an asset for him. So I'll take it, but we are definitely not done making moves. Our next trade is going to be coming here with the Indiana Pacers. We're sending them D'Angelo Russell for their first round pick next year. It is top 10 protected. We're also acquiring Talen Horton-Tucker. Obviously, we're getting worse in terms of the overall while picking up a draft asset. Feels like another home run deal to me. If we take a look at this Pacers team, they're also not really incredibly talented. That being said, there's a lot of youth there in Indiana, something I kind of wish the CPU did for us. Obviously, they decided to kind of not go that route, though. But D'Angelo Russell was expiring anyways. This roster is not exactly updated. It doesn't have the 2023 rookies, so it makes sense. We did a fantasy draft. But yeah, this is another trade I'm fine with. definitely one that's going to help us be a little bit worse while getting another asset. So, man, oh man, this stings, but it's good. We will be sending Seth Curry to Milwaukee for a first-round pick in 2025 and a second-round pick this season. Seth Curry was going to be our backup point guard anyways. Now he will not be. It's going to go ahead and go to Emmanuel Mudiay. So our point guard spot is finalized. I can live with that. I'm trying to find a way that I can talk myself into keeping Jaylen Brown. I think right now we're pretty close to probably one of those worst teams in the league, but I don't know if we're exactly there yet. So if I can really make this roster suck, there's probably an argument that we can keep him, but I don't know if we're there yet. Cam Thomas actually balls the fuck out in 2K. In terms of our small forward spot, it's probably fine. No disrespect to Gary Payton II or Taurean Prince, but you know, these aren't really quality starters in the NBA. Power forward spot, I'm a little bit nervous on Keegan Murray, but I think he's young enough where we might be able to get away with it. I do want to trade Obi Toppin, and I will play Utah Watanabe. I do want my bench to kind of be as bad as possible, as kind of sad as that kind of sounds, but I'm just looking for a draft pick here of some sort. Again, does not need to be anybody incredible. Thank you very much, New York. Sending you back Obi Toppin, or well, back. And yeah, I'll take 2 first-round picks. And then the center spot for me is interesting. I don't see a ton of value here. I'm thinking what I do is go ahead and just get rid of Zach Collins as a whole. I mean, I'm not saying he's some elite center out there that's going to help us seriously win games, but the worse you are in terms of overalls, typically the worse you are in terms of wins. So getting rid of Zach Collins, probably a good idea. We could pick up Alex Caruso in a first. Jeremy Lamb in a first-round pick seems like a smart idea. Let's just do this one here with Memphis. Let's pick up Troy Brown Jr. We give them Zach Collins, and we are hurting in terms of a roster right now. I mean, again, all these guys on one-year deals. I do not know if we are in any sort of position to really go out and try to compete, but obviously that's not our goal right now. So I'm going to move Paul Reed too. I don't think I'd probably... Maybe I can just bury him at the bench and bring him back. If there's like a valuable first-round pick, I'll probably do it, but if not, I wouldn't mind burying Paul Reed on the bench. As sad as that sounds, I just don't want him to be good right now. Next season I do. Not right now, though. All right, so maybe we'll try to do this with Thomas Bryant, and if we don't find anything there, I think that'll probably be it in terms of trades. I mean, I'll have to go through every roster, but if I see anything that's like really making me think we're not going to be the worst team, I'll go ahead and probably try to find a Jaylen Brown trade. But other than that, I think we're going to suck enough to the point where this team, quite honestly, should not be good at all. So I am a little bit nervous, but let me go through all the rosters, double check, and I'll see you guys at the rotation. So I've gone through every roster, and I can say with reasonable confidence that we might be the worst team. Another kind of little tricky thing I'm doing is I'm going ahead and I'm extending it to a 12-man rotation. So it obviously kind of hurts us that Quinn Snyder is a solid head coach, and 2K really loves the Atlanta Hawks. That's going to be something to definitely keep an eye on, but with 12-man, the starters playing less minutes than what I typically give them, I think that should work in our favor of sucking, if that makes any sense. I'll show you guys quickly kind of the 2 rosters I am a little bit nervous about that could potentially be worse than us. This is one here with the Indiana Pacers. The reason that I'm not terribly worried about this is, one, we did trade them D'Angelo Russell, obviously going ahead and trading them another 83 overall. On top of that, they have a lot of youth on this team, and typically 2K does really well, and they kind of favor the youth movement in this game. So if that goes how it normally does, I think we should be fine. I think they should be better than us. We will see. And the other one is the Oklahoma City Thunder. Obviously, we did go ahead and give them Lauri Markkanen, so there's maybe not a ton to worry about here. But again, they're not really as good as some of these other teams. So I am nervous, but I am really hoping we can suck. I would rather not suck for 2 years. I'd rather have the extra year to go ahead and build this team up. But obviously, this is the group we're going with. I'm not touching any of the suggested minutes from 2K. Everybody's playing the exact amount that 2K wants them to. We're on a 12-man rotation, and this is going to be interesting because, as I mentioned, 2K does love the Atlanta Hawks. We all know that. So I will sit with you guys for like the first 10 games. We'll do, oh my god. Are we, I mean, that's just that the 3-0 start, really? Oh man. Oh my god. All right, can we not win? Oh my god. This is insane. How are we winning games? I have to trade Jaylen Brown, don't I? Unless we just go on like a significant losing streak. I'm sorry. I know I didn't want to sit with you guys this long, but there's no way. Okay, here we go. Now we're losing games. This is what I'm talking about right now. Lose. If we get to I'll say this, if we get to 20 losses before 20 wins, I'm fine, I think. Okay, we're 12-18, 12-19. That's another win. That's another win. Oh my god. This is insane. I didn't think, why are we I'm not saying we're good, but we should not have won 14 games. This is like the Atlanta Hawks effect in 2K. I kind of screwed myself by honestly landing on them randomly. I will simulate right now till like this Raptors game right here. I'm going to check the standings. Oh my God, we just won 2. I just want to see what we're at right now. In terms of the East, we're not even close to last. 17 and 26. And oh my God, the Phoenix Suns have 9 wins? Oh, we're shocked. I have to trade Jaylen Brown. Let me find a trade. That fucked me. We're pulling off a trade here with the New Orleans Pelicans. We're sending them Jaylen Brown for their future first-round pick this season. It is top 5 protected. Along with that, we are acquiring Andrew Wiggins. So Wiggins obviously not a bad player. I don't say he's in the category of Jaylen Brown, but Andrew Wiggins is competent. And yeah, I'm really doing this trade to get rid of Jaylen Brown, who's 4.5 stars. And as much as that hurts me morally, I think it's going to help the team in the long run. Because we have to somehow be worse than the 9 and whatever, 35 Phoenix Suns, which I don't even really understand how they were that bad. But my God, man, this team, like, there's just, I don't know. I really didn't think we were good, but I guess we were. And yeah, man, I'm sticking with this. I think I'm actually going to bump it up. Like, let's go like 13-man rotation. That's literally the most you can go. I'm hoping it works out for us. I'll sit with you guys for another few games, but like, my God, why are we winning? Is this like, I don't get this. Why does 2K like the Atlanta Hawks so much? Okay, now we're losing. This is what I was hoping to see. I really need the Phoenix Suns to pick it up. I'll just sit with you guys for the entire season at this point. Thank you. We lost the Suns. That's big. I don't even know. I really genuinely do not. Like, I really did not think lose again to the Suns. Wait a minute. I do want to stop. I just want to see where we're at in terms of the standings right now, and especially in the East. We're not even last. We are second to last at 18 and 37, and then over here, the Phoenix Suns are 14 and 42. This team is not good, but Darius Garland and Brandon Ingram, along with like Okongwu, who was really good in 2K, you got Colin Sexton off the bench, you got Poku off the bench. I didn't even have this team on my radar. Like, are they really that bad? I guess so, but I mean, I'm sticking with it, man. I mean, there's not much I can do to make this roster like significantly worse, and I need some sort of assets down the line to build the team back up. So I'm risking it, man. If we end up being not the worst team in the league, it's my fault. It is what it is, but I don't know, man. Okay, we lose to Phoenix again. That's obviously really big right now. I don't really know if I've ever sat through an entire season kind of simming with you guys, but this is kind of exciting. I'm not going to lie. It just obviously makes the videos a lot longer, but my God almighty, we're losing right now. I mean, this is what we want. I don't think we haven't won a game since February 4th in a month. And just keep losing, please. Somehow be as bad as possible, and please do not win. Because this team has no talent. Like, okay, we'll beat the Pistons. With all due respect to Andrew Wiggins, the Cavs, really, if he was the number 1 option, this team's not doing well. Along with that, he does not have a good supporting cast here. And oh my God, I didn't even stop it. I have no idea. Jokic is actually, funny enough, ends up in Denver's your MVP, Banchero Rookie of the Year, John Wall, Anthony Davis. I mean, none of this is really important to me at all. I mean, I guess this is it. This is a moment of truth right now. Are we the worst team in the league? We are the worst team here in the East, and oh my God, we did it. Holy shit, it looks like some sort of run here for the Phoenix Suns allowed us to be the worst team in the league at 20 and 62. Thank God, because I don't know. I actually was like wildly confused. I'm not even looking at the stats. I don't care. We're blowing this team up. About how the hell that even happened. It made no sense to me. Jimmy Butler and the Lakers are going to be taking on Drew Holiday and the Detroit Pistons here in the finals. They got Kawhi Leonard here as well. Robert Williams, Terry Eason. All right, Tari Eason, I think. Lakers and Jimmy go on to win it all. And yeah, finally this hellstorm is over. I am ready for the offseason. Thank God, because I could not do that. Obviously, we might go ahead and we might have some draft picks here, which could be good. I think we're projected to obviously have the number 1 overall pick. We're also projected number 10 from New Orleans and potentially 2 top 10 picks. That would be great for me. So any chance we get number 1? Nope, we fall all the way to number 5. Just how this rebuild's going for me today. We also do have 10 from the New Orleans Pelicans, which is great. In terms of staff signing, Quinn Snyder actually has really good ratings. Probably one of the reasons we won some more games than we actually probably should have, but man, oh man, what a stressful time. We're at the draft. I probably have a trade or 2. So the Dallas Mavericks have the number 1 overall pick. Obviously, that's going to go ahead and allow them to draft Victor Wembanyama. I would like that to be me. Victor Wembanyama would be a great addition to this team. Obviously, center is a position of need, basically with everything else. And yeah, that would kind of change the pace of the rebuild a little bit. So it's not going to be easy, but the Atlanta Hawks and the Dallas Mavericks have pulled off some draft night trades before. Luka Doncic And Trae Young, just an example of one. In terms of what I'd be willing to give up, pretty much everything in terms of this bench. I'd rather not give up many more draft assets, but unfortunately we don't have anybody else really on the bench. I'm not going to give up number 10. I'll give you 23 if you want it. And then how about I just give you a first in like 2027 from New York? And how about I'll do one more. Let me see if I can do it with a second first. Oh my God, it gets done with a second. Which means Victor Wembanyama is officially an Atlanta Hawk. We have our center for the video. That's absolutely great. Now simming up to number 10. I don't know who's going to be available here. Anthony Black is definitely an option for me. Bilal Coulibaly if I maybe want to go defensive focused. Jalen Hood-Schifino is here. He definitely goes ahead and progresses really, really well. I see Grady Dick here as well. I don't really know what I'm thinking right now. I really don't. You got Omax here as well. Cam Whitmore's here. Might end up being one of the steals of the draft in real life. You know what? I'm going to take Anthony Black. I think we definitely could go ahead and start him, maybe depending on how this offseason goes. But obviously, Victor Wembanyama was the home run piece, 83 and a 77 overall, respectively. I think in actual 2K24, Victor Wembanyama is an 84. Kind of insane to think about. We're bringing everybody back there. Paul Reed, Utah Watanabe. I'll qualify Reed. I'm not going to qualify Watanabe. And then let's enter a free agency class that is not very great. Now, obviously, as you know, some of these guys have already gotten extensions in real life. And now I would not sign them or at least attempt to sign them. But there's nobody's contracts updated, because we are started with the roster at the beginning of the 2022-2023 season. So I'm not including those extensions that those guys have. That being said, this free agency class sucks anyways, but we have some trades coming. I'm going ahead and making a trade here with the Oklahoma City Thunder. We are bringing back Lauri Markkanen. I think he is a better player than Andrew Wiggins. And yeah, we're giving up a first-round pick in 2025 with a Denver team that has Nikola Jokic on. It's not going to be a valuable draft pick. So Markkanen is expiring. That is definitely something we'll have to keep an eye on, while Wiggins still had 3 years left. Obviously, we're getting an upgrade, though. I think it's a really good first trade for us. We're now sending Taurean Prince to Milwaukee for their unprotected first-round pick next year. I'm not sure exactly why they want to do that. They're not going to suck by any means, but Taurean Prince for an unprotected first never feels like anything smart to me. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I made an offer for Kyrie Irving. I have no idea if he's going to sign with this team. I don't know why he'd want to sign with the worst team in basketball last year. I'm considering James Harden. His regression is just crazy. On top of the fact that he already does have 10 offers, and our offer at a max contract isn't even as high as the bar can go. It kind of feels like a wasted offer because you only have 3. And yeah, I mean, other than that, I wouldn't mind finding somebody to kind of come in and fill the shooting guard spot if I'm thinking, I guess, a little bit younger, a little bit strategically. I guess maybe Austin Reeves is that guy. How much money? It's not terrible. I could suck it up and give him the 4-year deal. I think I can live with that. And then in terms of some other spots, we have our small forward, we have our power forward, we have our center, and maybe our point guard. I mean, obviously depends on Kyrie, but I wouldn't mind starting Anthony Black. This, you know, sucking and having the worst record in year 1 really allows us kind of the fortune to go ahead and kind of build something up. Because if not, we would have had to do this in one offseason. That would have sucked. But I think Reeves and Kyrie are going to be my only 2 offers right now. We end up getting Austin Reeves. We're not going to get Kyrie Irving. It is what it is. I can live with that. So we're bringing in Austin Reeves on a 4-year, $60 million deal. Dwight Powell, I'm going to send you to the sun. Taylor Horton-Tucker can probably go at this point. Maybe. As I do have Anthony Black, but I don't really have another point guard. Yuta Watanabe can go. I wouldn't mind bringing back Paul Reed. Everybody else pretty much free to leave, though. But, yeah, man, it's Taylor Horton-Tucker. I have a ton of cap space. There's just no good free agent. Fucking goddamn 76ers. Can't do anything right. I mean, fuck you. All right, let me figure something out here. Instead of Austin Reeves, we're going to see if we can bring in Trey Jones and Gary Trent Jr. I have no idea if either of these guys are restricted. They might both be, and I don't know if we're going to be able to get either of them. But we will see. And if we do that, Taylor Horton-Tucker can probably go. I just want to make sure. I mean, for the love of God. Nobody ever matches contracts except for when I'm offering them, like in this game specifically. I don't really know. All right, so I mean, I guess at this point, maybe we just bring back Taylor Horton-Tucker. It's not that big of a deal. I don't know where Taylor Horton-Tucker is. Is he really a lower overall? Wait, what? Huh? Was he just not there? Did he sign somewhere else? I mean, if he signed somewhere else, good for him. I didn't think he'd get a contract that early, but maybe he did. Am I losing my mind? What the hell is happening right now? I don't know. I quite honestly have no idea what just happened. I don't know where Taylor Horton-Tucker is. Is he? Somebody probably sees me doing something wrong, but I'm confused. I I'm very, very confused where he is. Oh, he did sign. Maybe, I guess you couldn't put in Tucker because it's Horton-Tucker. I don't fucking know. Whatever, it is what it is. He left. He went over to Charlotte. We're just going to start Anthony Black. We're good at the shooting guard spot. We're good at small forward. We're good at power forward. We are good at center. In terms of what else we could do, I wouldn't mind maybe bringing in a veteran point guard off the bench. Mike Conley will probably regress. Same with Wall and Westbrook. Milton. Actually, no, screw it. We'll go a little bit younger. We'll bring in Jalen Noel. He's only 24 years old. That's fine with me. And then in terms of some depth on this team, definitely could do that. Because we need depth pretty much everywhere, 3 through 5. So let's see what we have. I wouldn't mind bringing back Paul Reed. In terms of the small forward spot, maybe a guy like Josh Okogie wouldn't be too bad. In terms of the power forward spot, these options aren't great, but I'd bring in a Olynyk for like a year. And hopefully, okay. Nobody wants to sign with us. I mean, I guess that's what you get for kind of sucking, but maybe I'll take a flyer on like PJ Washington. I don't know. Everybody's matching my contracts today, dude. How about Grant Williams? Just bend me over and fuck me. I mean, what are we doing? I mean, how about Rui? I mean, are we just doing everybody? No. Okay, we get Rui. I'd like to get Paul Reed back as well. He is restricted. By no means is this team going to be the best team in the league next year. I'm still pissed because we should have been able to go ahead and literally just go ahead and keep Jaylen Brown. Unfortunately, it wasn't a possibility. So, Paul Reed's back. We're all set. I'll see you guys at the start of year 2. After what many would consider a very frustrating offseason, we are finally here at the start of year 2. Now, obviously, this team does nowhere near the talent to be the best team in the league. Nobody's trying to say that we are this year. And I'm very, very thankful that we sucked last year because we'll have that extra offseason now. This team definitely has some potential, though. I think, obviously, between some of the young talent, some of the veterans, and some of the future superstars here with Victor Wembanyama, I think there's definitely a possibility we end up overachieving a little bit. So, not saying best record in the league or a championship or anything. I think there's a little bit of a spark. Hopefully, with a really good free agency class this offseason, we will see. It's going to be Anthony Black, Gary Trent Jr., Lowry Markkanen, Keegan Murray, Victor Wembanyama. Bench unit's actually pretty decent. Josh Okogie, Cam Thomas, Jalen Noel, Paul Reed, Rui Hachimura. I will see you guys at the end of year 2. Year 1 comes to an end, and I think we're getting a little bit of that Atlanta Hawks magic, if you will. We went 58-24 on the season. So I don't know if that's the best record. I mean, if it is, I wouldn't be surprised, but we also have to win the championship. So I don't think we have anywhere near a championship caliber team. That being said, I also didn't think we had anywhere near a 58-win team. So I don't know. Luka's your MVP. Victor Wembanyama is just a cheat code. I think between him and the Atlanta Hawks thing, I think kind of added probably a few more wins than we should have, but I'll take it. Chris Paul, 6th man of the year, is in Chicago. Anthony Davis is your depoy. He's in Boston. Shaedon Sharpe, most improved. Steve Clifford, coach of the year. Did 58 wins do it? It might have. I mean, oh my God. We had the best record in the league. I mean, it doesn't mean anything if we don't win it this year, but wow. I'll take it. I mean, I'm just surprised. I guess Victor Wembanyama is a literal cheat code. Keegan Murray played well. Gary Trent Jr. Markkanen wasn't great, but I'll take it. Anthony Black, decent rookie campaign. Thomas, I mean, maybe it's just the depth. I mean, I don't really know. I genuinely don't know what it is. Obviously, we have a big playoff run coming up. Here's a look at the New York Knicks with Giannis, RJ Barrett, Jarrett Allen, Derek White, Trey Jones. This team should beat us. I don't think there's any question about that. What is happening? What? Wizards, Halliburton, Bridges, Bojan, Gordon, Mitchell Robinson. You got Gafford off the bench, Bol off the bench. I mean, again, there's an argument for that team to beat us, but I think the Knicks are better than we swept. The Atlanta Hawks are a cheat code in 2K. I will say that. The Charlotte Hornets, Luka Doncic. If anybody's going to stop us, it is Luka Doncic. They also have Şengün, Brook Lopez, MPJ, Herb Jones. Herb Jones would be a nice shooting guard next to Luka. All right, let's see what ends up happening here in the Eastern Conference. Oh my God, we are just running through the Eastern Conference right now. I mean, just absolutely insane. And we win in 6. And we are in the NBA Finals. In Victor Wembanyama's rookie year, he just won an Eastern Conference Finals MVP. And we're taking on another cheat code here in Zion Williamson and the rest of the Memphis Grizzlies. Fultz, Bane, Dalen Terry, Zion, Vucevic. You got Collins off the bench, Bogdan, Xavier Tillman. Can we get this done in one offseason? What? There's no way this is a championship caliber team. I mean, I guess that's maybe just the Hawks, but like, I know that's a sweep. That's insane. No other words. I mean, what? I'm honestly just like at a loss for words right now. I'm just wildly surprised with kind of what's transpired in today's video. I mean, we do not deserve to be in this position right now. Like, there's no logical reason that you can explain to me that says that this team should have won 58 games and this team should be sweeping Zion Williamson and the Memphis Grizzlies in the finals right now. Like, there's really no logic to it. I mean, I guess, as I've mentioned now 18 times, maybe the combo of Victor Wembanyama and the Atlanta Hawks is just too lethal, but like, I've done this challenge before and I have built some mind-bogglingly good teams and I haven't won the finals. And like, that kind of goes for every rebuild. So it's interesting to see how kind of these things just kind of change on like a video to video basis, but let's be honest with each other. This is not a 58 win or championship team. Like, it's just not. And I will say, I do think if we were on literally almost any other team, like any other franchise, that it probably wouldn't be a championship here in year, well, I guess it's technically year one of like the rebuild. I mean, just mind-boggling. I mean, no other words. Victor Wembanyama, a literal fucking cheat code. I mean, what is anybody supposed to do with that? I mean, insane. Insane. We're up by 30 right now, on the verge of sweeping the Grizzlies out of their own building. That's great, which means we just have another year, because obviously, I mean, I could stop the video right now. He stepped out of bounds, right? Nope, they call a foul. That's kind of soft. I'm not really sure what the foul was for, but yeah, we'll do one or two more possessions, because obviously we still got a year to go, and there's still some big free agents I want to sign. I mean, I'm not done by any means. I think this team, I mean, the sky's the limit at this point, right? I mean, we had a rookie point guard, a like role player at our shooting guard spot, a solid small forward, most improved in Larry Markkinen, decent young player in Keegan Murray, and a rookie Victor Wembanyama. And not only did we win the most games in the NBA this season, we went ahead and we won the finals in the first year we were actually trying. So Anthony Black, oh my God, Anthony Black is putting on a show right now. That's insane. We'll do one more defensive possession, then one more offensive possession, because this one is clearly over, but Killian Hayes in here running the point guard spot right now. Bogdan pulling a three. He's a good three-point shooter. Bogdanovich, I have like, I don't want to say like Vietnam flashbacks because my team won the series, but if you guys watched the Hawks and Celtics series this year, Bogey hits some threes at some really annoying times. Like, just like the worst time possible. Victor Wembanyama is an absolute cheat code. He's going to win a finals MVP. Oh my God. We sweep the Memphis Grizzlies and win a championship and complete the challenge in our first kind of season actually going for it. Insane. I mean, just like hypothetical, just look at this roster. Does this look like a 58 win and like championship team? My answer is no, but oh my God, LeBron calls it a career in Sacramento. But you know what? I'll take it. We'll stop talking about it now because it's in the past, but my God almighty. LeBron gets his jersey retired by both the Heat and the Cavs. Let's sim ahead to the draft lottery right now. I know we traded for a couple of previous picks. Looks like that Milwaukee pick's around 12. Looks like to be the only one we do have. And we sit right there at 12. So not a terrible pick. Excuse me, in terms of head coach, Quinn Snyder not going anywhere. Let's head up to the NBA draft right now. With the 12th overall selection, I don't know exactly what I'm going to do or who I'm going to draft. I mean, we have a lot of these positions kind of figured out at this point. I don't really see anything major. I mean, maybe if we want to try to make a shooting guard upgrade, we could do that, or maybe point guard. Let's just look at some of the shooting guard options, because I do want to try to sign a big free agent. So if there's somebody here that's cheap that I can, oh my God, is that a 4-year? Oh, wow. If somebody's here that's cheap that I could reasonably trade for, I'll do it. I don't really want to be spending more money. So preferably somebody on like a rookie contract, who, again, I don't know if there's many options for that. It doesn't appear to be anyways. Yeah, you know, I'm not seeing a ton here that I'm loving anyways, especially because there's a lot of guys on the rookie deals probably expired. So we'll pass. We'll just draft somebody at number 12. I have no idea who it's going to be, but whoever's here. Cody Williams, Stephon Cassell, Theory Darling, DJ Wagner's here. This Theory Darling guy is ranked number 5. Theory? Is it Theory? Thiele? Stealing CJ McCollum, DJ Wagner, Jamal Murray. I always laugh kind of looking at these comparisons. Elgin Baylor. God damn. Who was our backup small forward? It was Josh Okogie. Donovan Clyburn. Interesting. He's number 75. Oh, man. I don't know. I mean, we don't really need anybody, but you know what? I don't know who this Darling guy is, but he's ranked number 5. He's 2K ratings, number 3. I'll take it. We also have 21, 23, and 30, none of which I really need, so thank you very much, Milwaukee. And let's sim to the end of this draft. That's cool with me. He's actually 75 overall. Maybe we'll throw him in a trade. I don't know. So Markkinen, Murray, and Thomas all going to be coming back. That is great. I think we are going to have to clear a little bit of cap space if we do want to go after some free agent here. I mean, Anthony Davis could be fun. Halliburton's just going to get matched. We could rewrite a wrong and go back and get Jaylen Brown. That would be really fun. We have about $16 million, almost $17 million in cap space right now. Actually, it's a little bit more because we have $8 million in cap room. So I think we need to clear, like, yeah, I mean, it's a lot of money. If we want to clear up, like, kind of a max slot, I mean, again, I don't know if Anthony Davis is any bit realistic, but it probably starts with, like, Hachimura being traded, and then on top of that, probably Gary Trent Jr. So if we want to go out and try to get, like, Jaylen Brown, we have to be 100% confident we can get him. I think it's a possibility. I really do. We just have to go up and clear the cap space. So, again, let's just try to do it. I might as well. We've already completed the challenge, so it really doesn't matter at this point. So, let's move Gary Trent Jr., preferably just for, like, a draft pick and somebody cheap like Dalen Terry. And then we're just going to keep clearing up cap space until we have enough for that max offer slot. So, let's just keep doing this process. Thank you very much, Memphis. And then in terms of another contract, I think Hachimura probably is on the chopping block. Thank you very much. Utah, perfect. And then how far away are we from, like, Jaylen Brown? Okay, we have Jaylen Brown money. Actually, we had it before. That's interesting. Player option, no trade clause. Also throw an offer at Anthony. Wait, what? That's weird. I don't know why that's happening. If not, I could try some bonus. Maybe more of a center than a power forward, but he's not a bad consolation prize. LaMelo's going to get matched, as I mentioned. Halliburton will get matched. Maybe could try after Kawhi, but I think shooting guard, power forward would probably be where I'm looking a little bit more. And I do want Jaylen Brown. And we get Jaylen Brown, which is awesome. I mean, that was kind of my goal through this. And, yeah, I mean, I'm happy to have him on this team after kind of losing him, honestly. I don't want to say for nothing, but it ultimately came back, and good to get him back on this team. So, honestly, he played well for us. I'm rolling with Anthony Black. I'm probably actually going to give Theory, I don't really know his name, some minutes. Then we'll just go ahead and probably trade Cam Thomas for a power forward. We actually don't have any money, do we, for like a... No. All right, let's move Cam Thomas right now, and we actually still have some draft picks, I think. Yeah, oh my God. We're just never really going to need any of these, which is fine. Again, as I mentioned, the challenge is already complete. Who really cares? I saw Grant Williams was an option for me, Chris Boucher, Santi Aldama. I'm not really loving any of these. Fuck it. I'll just bring in Grant Williams. It's my Celtics bias showing. It is what it is. All right, I'll see you guys at the start of the final here. After 58 wins and a championship, we are back for our final season in Atlanta. We made a really big splash in free agency, going out and signing All-NBA second-team member Jaylen Brown. And I'm very excited to see how this team kind of fits together. It's going to be Anthony Black, Jaylen Brown, Lauri Markkanen, Keegan Murray, Victor Wembanyama. Good starting five. Ben Eunice, Josh Okogie, Jalen Noel, Grant Williams, Paul Reed. Theory, I don't know, Darling, Mr. Darling here. I'll see you guys at the end of the final here. 72-10 in our final season. I think the Victor Wembanyama and Atlanta Hawk luck is out of this world. Luka wins another MVP. Matas Buzelis is your Rookie of the Year in Minnesota. KPJ, Anthony Davis, Cason Wallace, and Quinn Snyder. Oh my God. I mean, this team should probably just be cakewalking its way to a second straight championship, but it is 2K. You never know what can happen. Here's a look at the numbers on the year. Feel free to pause at any point if you would like. In terms of rebounds, Victor Wembanyama, assists, Anthony Black. All right, round one for us. Who's it going to be? 8-seeded Wizards. Halliburton, Bridges, Bo Young, Aaron Gordon, Mitchell Robinson. Good team. I don't know. I would say we're better, but I think that's pretty obvious according to 2K. Murray, Hero. Oh, Jason Tatum, my glorious king. Xavier Tillman, James Wiseman, Malik Monk. All right, that's a pretty good second-round matchup for us. I would say they probably have the best player in the series in Jason Tatum, and I'd say we're the better team as we do win in 5. Moving on to the Indiana Pacers here in the Eastern Conference Finals. Good young team. We saw them in year 1. And, yeah, I mean, let's just take a look here. Hopefully get this done rather easily. We're up 3-2. Going to a Game 7. And we are back in the NBA Finals, this time taking on the Oklahoma City Thunder. Bones Highland, Tyrese Maxey, Wiggins, our old friend Evan Mobley, got Nick Richards. Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to say we're going to probably win this one with ease. We were up 3-1 and going to Game 6 and going to Game 7. Blew a 3-1 lead. Wow, that sucks. It is what it is. I mean, we'd obviously already completed the challenge, so it was just kind of a whatever year anyways, but it is what it is. I mean, we're in the dog days of 2K23. I'm not really going to sweat about winning the second straight championship right now. But, yeah, man, this is a fun team. Kind of a crazy rebuild. I mean, honestly, between not thinking I was going to have the worst record year 1 and then miraculously having it and then complete 180 into year 2 where didn't think we were going to be anywhere nearly as good as we were, and won a championship. Completed the challenge rather easily. This was surprising, but insane team nonetheless. I did have a ton of fun with this one. And yeah, as I mentioned now, probably for the past couple weeks, honestly, we are very, very slowly approaching the end of 2K23. And there's not much left. So if there's anything you really want to see, make sure to let me know down below. As always, thanks so much for watching. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys all in the next one.